So I spend a lot of time like level setting processes across the entire, like all products, all platforms, all, user facing content, if you will. And one of the very first things I do is I give the organization that insight. Like if you want to know how something is works or why it doesn't work, you could probably ask your localization team and they'll tell you. So I find there's usually a vehicle at the company where you can go and present who you are. And then everybody comes like an all hands or a tech talk. And I get in there pretty early to let people know that we exist. Because otherwise, some of the companies that I joined at the time that I joined them, they've been using internal folks who happen to speak the language to do the translation. That's just where they are in their journey, right? Like, oh my gosh, we need German. You speak German, right? And so I have to let folks know first that I'm there before they can even start communicating with me. And my arrival isn't always, when I'm the first in for localization, it isn't always well socialized, right? It's someone in UX or someone in product or someone in marketing that has been like, I don't want to solve this anymore. I need someone who knows what they're doing and can structure this whole thing from the top down. So that's the first thing I do is I find the platforms that I can stand on and grab my bullhorn and start talking about what we are, who we are, the fact that we're probably going to centralize localization, that we're here to support you. When it comes to communication, sometimes when I'm in the first person, it means that some of my partners will continue to leverage just me even after I've hired a team. So I've learned that really early on, even if I'm the first, I set up like email localization at, even though I'm the only person on the distribution list for a while. Otherwise, you're setting yourself up for failure down the road where they're just going to keep contacting just the single person that arrived first. You're all nodding. I've seen this before many times. So, and here's the localization help channel on Slack. And here's our Confluence page that has all the information about, SLAs and turnaround times and how we work. And I try to obfuscate pretty early that I'm the only human there because I know that I'm working on hiring, 5 or 6 people. And I'm setting myself up for world of pain if I don't do that, right? Like they're going to only contact me and I'm never going to be able to work on the more strategic stuff. Can't get past the project stuff if I set myself up like that. So those are the various channels that I use. I usually do a newsletter, once a month newsletter on overarching improvements to the ecosystem. We do a roadmap and show folks where we are versus where we're going. I teach everybody about the localization maturity model, and including my team, because I want a company to celebrate where they are and understand where we need to go. And I want my team to not be frustrated and criticize where we are because we're being brought in to take the company along on this journey. So those are all the various communications tools and alignment tools that I usually leverage.